Hello Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. This is the place that encourages you to trust in and connect with your own inner angelic guidance that's already operating around and within you. So these messages only serve to confirm and affirm the things that you've been shown, things you've been dealing with in the past you're about to embark upon. I want to encourage you to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does help the algorithms here. And I have gone ahead and done the pre-shuffles prior to the recording for the sake of the length of the video. If you are new to this channel, that's just the way I roll because it helps me to get to the point. And I hope you can appreciate that. So without further ado, let's begin with the angel conversation that has come through for you, Sag. All right, so I feel like, let me just say this, energy is fluid. So this could be you and or the cross watcher that you're dealing with. I feel like, I don't know why the fire signs are coming through as love readings, but take this how it applies. So the first card that popped out my shuffle, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And I must say, I don't know a Sagittarius who can't stand on their own, who doesn't appear to the outside world as someone who lives an element of the lap of luxury by themselves within their own queendom. Like that's what this energy gives me. I mean, you could be dealing with someone who's an earth energy for a small group of you, but I do feel like this just represents you as a whole. And there is a King of Cups, doesn't matter the gender. The point is that there is someone in your life who is either approaching you or has been seated in your life. Could be a marriage partner, someone that you've been dating and considering for a relationship. And for whatever reason, we have the Four of Cups. Immediately following that was the Moon. So with these two cards popping out, this to me tells me that you and or the other person that you're dealing with just have not been satisfied with the way that things have gone in your interactions. And in fact, there is a lot of fear and anxiety, I feel like emotional roller coasters, honestly, because you're not situated and settled at peace within. And it's because there are a lot of unknowns. There are a lot of presuppositions, if you will. Well, what if this happens? And what if that doesn't happen? So to me, there's a lot of doubt in things that are not reality per se. Some of you could very well be looking at what you see in front of you, and that may not be the full picture. It's like recognizing that we are all multidimensional beings. Everybody is not all good and everybody is not all bad. So much like the moon, you can see, a crescent at certain times of light, depending on the day of the month. And in other times and seasons, you can see not only a full moon with a full spectrum of light, but it turns colors, like if it's a blood moon or an orange moon or something like that. So if you are seeing more of the shadow side of something, just be aware that it's not all that. But some of you could actually be seeing more of the dark side or the shadow side of either yourself or the other person or the relationship in general. And I feel like that is creating a lot of conflict with this Five of Wands. I feel like it's not only internal conflict, but it's external conflict as well. There could very well be arguments, breakdowns, blow up, knockout, drag out fights. I'm not promoting that anybody should put their hands on someone. But what I am saying is that there's just been a lot of conflict in this situation. Next, what popped out is the Page of Wands. And I feel like this is you, Sagittarius. I asked for clarity on it, though, because this can represent some news coming in for you, potentially. And what clarified the page is the Ace of Wands. I feel like this could go a couple of different ways. You are either receiving some news about work that is going to take you in a totally different direction, and or some of you also could be finding out that you're pregnant. That could be the news that's coming in. Or generally the Ace of Wands means the beginning of something. However, intuitively reading this card, I'm sensing something else as well. With this cat being in the fire, cats, there's a term about people being catty. And it's just like petty arguments and whatnot that have been brewing and starting. I feel like this could be either you as the Page of Wands saying, hey, listen, I just want to kill all of this. I want to kill, the commotion. I want to start fresh. I want to do something else. This could be you saying, in me allowing certain cattiness within the self to die down that allows for a fresh beginning with this Ace of Wands. You really have to take it how it applies for you and where you currently are in your life. But the bottom line is the last card that popped out the shuffle was the World. So there is definitely a graduation that's happening, an ending of sorts. Also a beginning into a new chapter. So you could be looking at, doing the inner work to really light a torch to whatever this conflict has been. You could be saying, hey, I'm seeing too much of this. Maybe we need to get counseling. Maybe we need to begin that new journey in order to put some things to rest. With this World energy, some of you could be making the decision, based on whatever new is coming in for you, that you're going to be dissolving a situation with another person altogether. But the more important thing to realize with the World is that there are lessons that have been learned. There are things that have been gained, knowledge that you've acquired in order to make this decision. Some of you will be making a decision to exit out of a situation because you are starting to value your overall peace and really paying attention to the divine signals within you to say, enough is enough. Or maybe you're learning how to temper yourself. You've learned how to temper yourself to give that give and take that's necessary, that compromise to be able to graduate into a new phase or a level of relationship that you've been in. It just really depends on your situation. So moving into the Oracle Romance deck. So our first card that we got is someone in this relationship is emotionally unavailable. Is it you, Sagittarius? Or is it the cross watcher, your partner? I don't know. If the shoe fits, wear it. Be honest with yourself and or about yourself. So, you could be trying to light a torch to the issues that are happening. And if this person is not emotionally mature or available to hear where you're coming from, or you're not when it comes to them telling you something, there really isn't anywhere to go, because if they can't hear you because of their own pride, a lot of people can't be emotionally available to other people because they're not available to themselves first. You know what I'm saying? So this could be a message for the cross watcher. This could be a message for you, Sag. It's like, okay, how am I being available to myself? How am I honoring my own emotions and my feelings? Am I continuing to allow myself to go through the muck of a situation that is just icky, that is not really what I want for the sake of having a man or having a partner or whatever? You just really have to ask yourself that question. Are you available? Is that other person available? Is it workable to become available? And if not, let the chips fall where they may. Second message we got is someone in this relationship is afraid of commitment. So I kind of feel like this is a double whammy, Sagittarius. If you are dealing with someone who is afraid to step up to the plate and commit in a way that you want, they're not giving you enough time. They're not willing to take the relationship to the next level. They are emotionally unavailable. They're not hearing you when you're, trying to communicate authentically from your heart center. Then that's really something to pay attention to. Again, fluid energy. So if it's you that you're afraid of commitment, maybe there's the fear of, well, if I commit to this person, do I have to take on and deal with all of their issues? And being afraid of that, being afraid of the work that it takes to really work through things and work out things with someone. That could also be a subconscious fear that you in turn may be dealing with as well. Last message we got is religious or spiritual beliefs may be a factor. So you could be holding on to something out of religious code, or you could very well be using your spiritual beliefs to assist you in moving on to this next phase of your life. Maybe moving on into a better even Kelter space emotionally and energetically to be able to work through things, or to say, I'm going to take my faith and believe in something new and greater. But I'm also getting that some of you could very well be using that as a trap unknowingly to yourself, where it's like, oh, I've got the faith to believe that this dysfunctionality is going to magically turn itself right side up. And I do feel like sometimes we can over spiritualize things. Sometimes you can be too forgiving to your own detriment. There is nothing wrong with forgiveness, but just make sure that whatever your belief system is, that it is serving you to move forward to your greatest version and not allowing you to stay stuck in something that is miserable and dissatisfying, as we're seeing with the Four of Cups. All right. So those are the messages that I have for you, Sagittarius. I do hope that they have hit home. If they have, drop a comment below, share the video if you feel it can be beneficial. And as always, until next month's read, I hope you stay safe, be blessed, and namaste. Bye.